Okay, as part of the last session, what we discussed, and we created a login page, username and password. Okay, and after submitting the username and password, this form will be submitted to the login servlet. Correct? Inside the login servlet, what we did, we are reading the username and password. Correct? We are reading the username and password inside servlet, and we are displaying user is logged in successfully, or please provide valid credentials, some information. Correct? Invalid user we are checking, valid users we are checking. Right now we are hard coding and we are cross checking username and password. In real time they will connect to database, and whatever username and password user is entering, so that we are cross checking with the database. Correct?
Okay.
And this is the way to validating the username and password in real time. And now what we will see, the another point, last time did I discuss the session related stuff?
Yeah.
So how every user is identifying uniquely, right? So that one we will see now.
Yeah.
Let's suppose, let me restart the server. Okay, a server is restarted. Now let me open our application. So this is the our application, username and password we are entering, and it is going to the login servlet, and inside the login servlet we are reading the username and password fields from the request object. So who will prepare this request object? Container will prepare. Okay, now the second question is, so okay, once you get the username and password, we are printing. Let's suppose so thousands of users trying to log in, correct? And application is only one, the login app, and login servlet is only one, and login HTML is the only one for all the users, correct?
Yeah.
So how server is uniquely identifying? How server is treating each user is different. So basically, how it is happening? Once the request came from the user, what will happen? So this is one user, and this is our server. Okay, once the request come from the user, what server will do? Server will create a unique session ID S1 from the user, from the server side. Okay, this is a request. Okay, once when server is responding to the user, it will send back that session ID to the user, same session ID.
Yeah.
So session ID is created from the server side, and the same session ID will be sent back as part of the response to the user.
Yeah.
And the similar way, if second user is trying to log in, so for second user there is no session, correct, as part of the request. So it will create a unique session ID S2, and it will send back as part of the response.
Yeah.
So again, if the first user is trying to send another request, so as part of the request, session NS1 will be sent to the server. Anyway, client side, right? So the session ID will be saved into the browser. So from next request onwards, every request response having the session. So that way server is maintaining a unique user by using the session ID.
Right.
Okay, now we will see how to get this session ID. Okay, so this is your login page. Okay, login servlet. So now what I want to do, I want to see the unique session ID, how it got generated. So how to get this session ID? So we have, so right now we have only request object. So take this request object. Inside the request object, so there is a method get session. So you call this one and it will return HTTP session. So from the request, we are trying to get the session object, and from session object, I'm trying to print the session ID. What is that session ID? Let me print it. So session dot get ID. Now I have a session object. I got the session object from the request, and from the session, I am trying to get the ID. You can able to see this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now let me reload this page and let me submit it. So now username is ABC and password is PQR. Submit it. So please provide some. Anyway, it failed, but still we can able to see the session ID.
Yes.
I think we are in the wrong page. It's displaying my session ID. What is this? Login select my session ID. Username ABC PQR. Okay, now my session ID username is correct. From where this my session ID is coming? Oh, so here I think we have already discussed this thing, session ID, how we are getting, and how we are maintaining the session life, correct? Last part
Yeah.
of last discussion.
Yeah.
So this is the way to get the session, and from the session we are getting the session ID, and
Right.
and we are seeing here how we are maintaining the life of the session. So we are giving the time as a, if you give this time as a -1 minus number, negative number, so the session will never expire.
Yeah.
Okay, if you will give the session interval of time equal to 1, right? So what will happen? The session will be expired within a minute. So here what do you say that the time dimension is here minutes.
Yeah.
So basically we are trying to give the lifespan of a session. So the lifespan of a session, so here I had given 1 minute. So how to check whether this session is expired or not after 1 minute? So there is another way to check. So by using the listeners, we can able to check whether the session is created or not, whether the session got expired or not. So that we can able to see very easily. So for that, what I will do, I will create one listener. So which is having the capability of to check whether session is created or not. If session got expired, it will, there is a two methods is there inside the listener. If session is created, that particular method will be executed, and if session got expired, so another method will be executed, so that we can able to track how many users are logged in and how many users are logged out in a application. So in Facebook also, right, so they're maintaining a particular kind of listeners. So just by using that, they can able to see always, so currently how many users are logged into your application logged in, and just now how many users are logged out. So they can able to maintain the count by using the listeners. The similar way, so what I will do, I will add one listener. So it's kind of session listener. So how to create a listeners? So right now you are clear, right, how to create a servlet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now what I will do, I will create a listener inside our SRC. Go right click, just click listener, com dot session. This is the package name.
Yeah.
Com dot session dot listener. Okay, the class name I had given session listener.
Okay.
So this is a package name and this is a class name. And now click next. So here, right, we have so many listeners. If you see here, servlet context event, HTTP session event, servlet request object. Right now we are dealing with session, correct? So we need to check under HTTP session event. So we are going to select HTTP session listener is the super class. Just select this one, HTTP session listener event, and next, and finish it. So it will create session listener for us. The session listener is created. Okay, now the session listener is created. If you see the session listener, so session listener is the class name and it is implementing HTTP session listener. So this is the interface, correct? And this is the interface, and a session listener is a constructor. Okay, inside this session listener, HTTP session listener, we have a two abstract methods. One is session created and second one is session destroyed. So we have to implement that one. The first one is session created and the second one is session destroyed. So let me add here one sysout. I am from session created. Okay, one sysout. Okay, let me add another session destroy. So basically there is a two method. Just to understand this life cycle, I am adding this method.
Okay.
The similar way I am adding one sysout in constructor.
Okay.
So that we can able to see when object got created. So 3 SOPs. Now what I want to do, I want to maintain a count. So how many users are logged in and how many users are logged out. So for that purpose, what I am trying to do, I am declaring a global variable, session count. So int session count equal to 0. So if I declare global variable, what will happen? So this session listener object will be created only one time, first time, and for all the requests, the same object will be reused. So even though 1000 users are logged in, so only one object will be served for all the 1000 users. So it will not create new object for each user. So that is the difference. I mean between normal objects and this kind of servlets. So servlet will be object will be created only one time, and the same object will be used for all the request. So that's what I'm giving a global variable. So this global variable will be common for across the users. Okay, so once now session count equal to 0 initially, first time when session is created, first time, so this method will be called session created. So inside that, what I will do, I will increment that number. So for each new session creation, I'm incrementing this number, pre-increment. After that, what I'm trying to do, I will print that session count. So let me print that number so that we can able to see. Created, and let me print that count. Okay, now, so let's suppose if the user is logged out or if the timeout happened, session timeout, so this session destroyed method will be called. So let me print here session got removed.
Okay.
So I can able to see the latest count. So before once the session got removed, so I had to decrease the number count, right? I had to decrease one number. So then only we can able to maintain. So one session is created, I'm incrementing this number. One session got destroyed, I'm decreasing this number. Okay. So this is about listener. Now go back to our HTML, web.xml. So this listener, right, whatever you created, we have to register in your web.xml. So if you see here, listener and listener class.
Okay.
So this is the way to register your listener. Now your listener is ready. Now go back to your page. So we have to restart the server. We have to redeploy the application. Why? Because we modified the web.xml. So just click the
Yes.
server, and how to redeploy. You see your server symbol, click this one. So it will be redeployed. Now then we have to restart the server. So restarting the server, and if you see here, so object is created, correct? So this is a constructor. So when server is restarting first time, so that time the session listener object will be created. The session listener is ready. Now just clear the console. Now let me log in. Oh shit. Yeah, so this is our application, correct? Now let me add some username and PQR. So some username and password, submit it. So now go to our page. So here this is the session ID got created.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now what is happening? I am not seeing the count. Maybe can I use new browser? Session got removed. Oh yes, I had to use new browser. Basically this is a old browser, right? So inside this there is some session is there. Okay, let me use Firefox. Okay, this is a new browser, new client. So there is no session in this browser. He is the first time he's trying to log in. Okay, PQR ABC, submit it. Not remember, please provide given some invalid. New session got created and count it is saying 0. So let me go back and see there is some issue. Pre-incrementing. Basically the session is not created. Let me go back to our servlet. So we are using do post or do get post. Okay, this will be executed. So here we have given a true. We have to remove this one. We have to try. Let me add some username and password. Let me submit it. And now see here, new session is created, correct?
Yeah.
So new session is created and it is the session ID and it is immediately it is removing basically. Session got removed and the count will become 0. So in basic count is 1 and count is 0. Now what I will do, I will try to log in from 3 browsers, basically from 3 different clients,
Okay.
so that we can able to see 3 count and within a minute that count will become 0. So because I had given lifetime of the session is 1 minute,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
So first let me log in from the IE, one user. So this is the first user. So first user I am trying to log in. So one user is logged in and the count is, you can able to see right 1.
Yeah.
And let me log in a second user. Otherwise it will session will expire. This is the second browser and second client. And now see the count is 2, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, let wait for a minute. So why we need to wait for a minute? The session will expire, right, for these 2 users. So we can able to see the decrease in count here.
Yeah.
So basically 2 sessions are created. This is first session, second session. This is the initially 0 to 1 and 1 to 2. Now let's see for 1 minute and we can able to see the count. Yes. See, one user got removed. I am from session destroy. The count will become 2 to 1, correct?
Yeah.
And the second user is logged out. I am from session destroy. The count will become from 1 to 0.
Yeah.
So this is the way they will maintain the count and they will display on the browser. If you see Naukri and Freelancer, so this kind of website, right? And you can able to see this count currently how many users are logged in.
Yeah.
So this is the way they are maintaining the count. And I will show you the sample one. So how they're maintaining this live. Maybe it is not responding. So basically we need to log in, then it will display how many users are currently logged in and how many users are currently logged out. Okay, forgot my password. So what will happen if you log in here, right? So it will show 2 count. One is currently active users, one number. So how many people are currently logged in into that website? And the second one is it will display how many users are logged out in a minute.
Okay.
So that way we can able to see, we can able to measure our website, what is it, load. So how they're basically how they're calculating that particular account. So basically they are using the listeners. So the listeners, we have different types. One is today we saw one listener kind of HTTP session. So how when the session is creating and when the session is expiring.
Yeah.
So this is clear, right?
Yeah.
So this is very important question. If you go for any interview, they will ask. So they will give a question. So can you please tell me how to maintain or how to get a count currently? How many users are logged in a particular application? So how can you do it? So you need to tell this way. We have to use the listener kind of HTTP session session listener, and so that will maintain the counts that have a 2 events, session created and session destroy. So by using that we can able to maintain the count at any point of time. So we can able to get the accurate count. So this is clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what I will do today, I have some other work. I need to go out. We will connect maybe day after, whenever. Okay, as per next schedule. Okay.
Okay, 1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you give me a reference, because I was reading on the Starplate.
Okay.
I was not getting clear idea. I
Yeah,
see a
yeah.
video.
So I will, along with this video, I will give some 2-3 links.
Okay, sure.
Okay, and also you can refer this session listener. If you have any doubt, we will discuss as part of next class.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
can read the
Thank you.
Solid basics also. If you have any questions, we can able to read. We can able to discuss. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
fine. Yeah, thanks.
Mm.